So here we are. We are online now. And
Good.
so, how are you today?
Thanks, I'm good. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I've been
hmm
watching documentaries from
Oh.
in the morning. I listened to some music when we were talking, and then I switched into documentaries.
hmm And did you watch that series, Berlin something?
Yeah, I have. I have watched before.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
But
I
I
saw.
recognized this song, then I saw it was related to a TV series or something.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I saw a piece of it at one point
Mm-hmm.
somewhere during my travels. Then I had it in mind to watch it when I was in Russia. And then when I came out, I found it, strangely enough, on Root Record as a torrent. So I
Mm.
downloaded. Yeah, because it's not on Netflix.
Okay. Okay.
And on YouTube, you cannot find it either.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but it's kind of darkish.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the sound sounds darkish, but so
It's
many
it,
people love it.
it's really, you have heard about it already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This song got some kind of award in Europe.
Mm.
Yeah, it was some sort of award. I don't remember what kind of an award, but it got
Mm-hmm.
some award. The girl is from Latvia or Lithuania.
Mm.
And yeah, she spoke German, more or less, when
Okay.
she was giving, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Very
award.
good. So, Anna, I would like to know from you, what was your trajectory at school? Did you attend kindergarten? How old were you when you started school?
Um, I was in the Soviet Union. Yeah, I finished my school
Mm-hmm.
in the Soviet Union. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
I graduated. Yeah, when the Soviet Union was still intact. So I was born 1971, and
Oh,
then
just like
oh,
me.
uh, uh, can you remind me, please, the date? Because I am bad.
When I was born, April 24th.
Oh, yeah, I remember that it was not so long ago. I mean, recently. But yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's like it means that you are like, we have a difference of like half a year.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be 55 soon.
And
I can't believe that, but 55.
yeah, I'm gonna be in October. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my son is
And
gonna
do
be.
you
Uh-huh.
go on?
No, no, you.
No, I would ask you if you remember the first day you went to school, if it was
Mm,
kindergarten, close to
yeah.
your house or not.
I went to the kindergarten first, and
Mhm.
in the Soviet Union, people used to go, children would go to the kindergarten quite early because,
Mhm.
well, I mean, okay, not earlier than something like two, I don't think so, two, three.
Wow, so
I think.
early.
Yeah, I mean, it's like kg, non kg, God knows what. Because my mother worked, no?
hmm
But I don't remember that
So it was
that
like a
period. Yeah,
daycare first.
I don't remember much of it. That
And
I remember.
after, what do you remember?
I remember only the beginning of the school. When I was around
hmm
six, I went to because I'm born in October, so I went to
hmm
school when I was 6 years old.
hmm
Most because the school starts in September, and
Yes.
children who are born this half of the year, they go at 6 years old. They start school.
hmm Yeah, here
So
I
I
think
went.
we were like 5 or 6, but then can you believe? And we would stay in the house with the cousins, playing with the mother, or if my mother worked, we had a maid, then I had brothers, and we would go to school only when we were 5 or 6, really late. But we loved the kindergarten because imagine then We had real crayons, and what do you name it? Those soft things to pastel or
Ah, okay,
um,
yeah,
like
plasticine of some sort.
yes, yes, we had that and the colorful things. It was, my God, the dream for me. I never forget about the kindergarten.
I don't
Then,
remember at
yeah,
all.
I remember even my friends, I remember the uniform. And but then from elementary years, I have a flashes. It was maybe not so remarkable for me. Even if I know people and are from my city, I still meet them occasionally in the city, you know, and we studied together because it was Don Lucio and just around the corner of my house. Even my
Mm-hmm.
brothers who are 62, they studied at Don Lucio because we live on the corner. So in all the times we would go to the school closer to our address.
Oh well, it's still the same here.
It makes sense, yes.
Yeah.
But then when you start paying privately, then you can go anywhere, no matter if it's far or not. Then I attended the whole elementary school here up until fifth year or fourth. Then fifth and sixth downtown and just behind the cathedral at La Salle.
Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
really hated that school. The teachers, oh my God, should I say that? They were so old school and only wonderful teachers if you were a wonderful student, which was not my case because I think I have always been a medium student. Then, and I made my best to persuade my mother I should move on to a school named São Judas Tadeu, which is where Unifac is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It was a new school at those years, so I moved there because some of my friends did too, people from my street, actually. And then we were there and then happy forever until the end of high school. And then it was full time. Also, we would go there mornings and afternoons, and then it was very nice. Everything worked smoothly. We had very small classrooms with a few people, very nice alternative modern teachers, classes in the garden, art, sports, drama, homework at school. So it was really, really good. And
Well,
we
that's
have
private
friends.
school. Is it the private
Yeah,
school?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep friends. Can you believe we have the group online nowadays, and we keep friends up until now? And can you believe that?
That's nice.
Yeah,
In
but
Russia, even now, they don't have
mhm,
so much like private school network
mhm,
developed. They
mhm,
have some private schools in Moscow, St. Petersburg, but in general, it's not
mhm.
common.
It's a state
Uh,
school.
most of the towns, most of the cities, most of Russia doesn't have private schools. I
Mhm,
don't really know that much. It could be
mhm,
I don't know. There might be some in some big cities like Vladivostok and Khabarovsk, maybe, but in
mhm,
general, most people and Soviet Union, you didn't have private schools.
mhm,
Yeah, so when I studied, there was only public school. And
mhm,
okay, it depended very much on the teacher. Yeah, so it's like
mhm,
there were good teachers, there were bad
mhm.
teachers. I
And
always
now, when
had
you
it
say bad, you say angry or not competent. What was bad teacher for you?
authoritarian. I would say
Mm,
authoritarian too much. And most
mhm.
authoritarian
Boring.
teachers didn't like me
Oh.
because
Did
I have
you confront them, Anna?
because it's like I have never been an easy like in a way an easy student in a way that I always I don't know, it's like I am a kind of mixture. I always like to find somebody who I admire. It's like a
Mhm.
sickness in a little bit, but at the
Mhm.
same time, in general, when I study at school or anywhere, it's I you cannot just tell me, okay, this is it and that's it. you
Mhm. Okay.
and quite a lot of time there were quite a lot of there were several teachers, I would say. Um, like, for example, there was a teacher of literature. She
Mm-hmm.
hated me for some reason. I had no idea why,
Oh.
but it was just like she didn't like me. She just disliked me, and that's it.
And then
I
maybe
don't
you
even
were
know.
very naturally curious as a teenager and would ask questions, and maybe they felt confronted just because you asked the
Yeah, kind of
questions,
like
or
that, kind of like that,
Mhm,
kind of something like
mhm,
that. Because I had my first Russian and literature teacher
mhm,
in the secondary school. Yeah, was
mhm.
really nice, and we had a wonderful relationship. And she would
Wonderful.
allow me even to write poems
See,
when it was a
amazing.
composition. Yeah, if there were
Wow, okay.
everybody was writing a composition, I was allowed to write it as a poem.
Yeah.
So it was like she was really open. She loved me a lot, and we had a wonderful relationship. And
She respected your creative
yeah, she gave
skills,
me
you know?
space. Yeah, she gave me
Yeah, she
space.
didn't feel threatened by that.
Yes, yes. And that one in the other school, I moved to another school, and then I had that
Mhm,
one. And she was like, "Ah, you know, in the Soviet Union it was so much like that, and even now still
mhm,
there is still lots of this domination of authoritarianism.
mhm.
Yeah,
No, but luckily, the bad teacher didn't kill your creative skills.
yeah, okay, I mean, I'm sure she damaged quite a bit. It's like
Okay.
I
See?
think that
Mhm,
in reality, we think that a creative person is like creative forever and nothing can damage, but it's not
mhm,
true. It's
mhm,
not true.
mhm.
I think that small things can really damage sometimes.
Yeah.
So
And then
I
you
don't
see
know.
the responsibility of teachers, because either you can give them space to be really good or not. It's not an obligation here in Brazil. You can be good enough, it's wonderful. Or you could really break the cycle, and harm someone, because when people are young, they don't have the full critics
Hmm.
yet, or if teachers humiliate a child or something like that. Oh my God. Yeah, this is horrible. This is.
We had one math teacher, and
Mhm.
I just keep trying to remind every time that it was the Soviet Union, because
Mhm.
it's a very authoritarian thing
Yeah, which is
in
true.
general.
Yeah. Mhm.
So when we were already teens, and if some girls came with makeup, she would like take them like
Mhm.
that and
Oh.
drag them through the corridor to wash the makeup, in the toilet.
Oh.
Later, when I was already studying to be a teacher, I came to that school to get some
Mhm.
practical experience. And when I was
Mhm.
sent to her class,
Mm.
I was nervous to sit there, even being not being a student. And she
Yeah.
would call them, like she would call children pigs and anything.
Ah,
Really,
is
really,
that
really.
is that allowed?
Well, it was
O-
allowed at that time, yes.
Okay. And what about nowadays? If teachers offer
Well,
physical punishment, what
the
happens
problem is
nowadays?
now, the problem is that it's very complicated, I would say.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
on one level, they're not doing that, and they're not supposed to do
Mm.
that. But at the
Mhm.
same time, they're supposed to keep the discipline,
Mhm.
and they have
Mhm.
even more of this like patriotic education,
Mhm.
more than what I remember, at least. Even though
Mhm.
we had also, like, we had to, classes of like taking the gun apart and putting it together and stuff like that. We did that
Ah,
as
you
well.
had that.
Yeah, but
Wow.
now they have a different kind. They have like a special brainwashing classes.
I
They are
believe that.
called classes about important things, and
Mm.
I don't know if they have them. I think they have them weekly, and there
Mhm.
they tell about like how wonderful Russia is. And
Mhm.
they have actually published a different kind of book for history
Mm.
classes. They have actually,
Oh,
yes, they have
their
given
own
time.
customized history.
Yes, they customized everything. Yeah,
Ah.
because every now after I have been through this realization about my meditation stuff and stuff, I think that brainwashing is such a thing. It's very
Mhm.
subtle, and
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
can really brainwash a person to very big extent.
Yeah, and then nowadays people get brainwashed by Instagram because of algorithm and things like that. Imagine a school with a teacher and a child. If you have never left that place, if your family has never left that place, if everything different is forbidden, of course, it's not difficult at all. And when
Funny.
my mom,
No, no, no. You. When my
when
mom.
my mother was a child, the teachers would offer physical punishment. If you made mistakes, if you were too loud, it was totally allowed. And even families would agree because they were afraid and ignorant. They would never confront a school principal or anything. My mother says I don't know if she got physical punishment, but it was allowed and common in all the times. No wonder these teachers who already died, I'm sure they're not in heaven.
Mm. That generation, I actually watched some interesting program, the generation of Putin, the generation of my mother as well. All these people who are now like 75 towards 80.
Mm-hmm.
It is recorded that they have bad relationships with their children because they are into authoritarian
Yeah.
kind of. They think that authoritarian is
Mm-hmm.
normal, is okay.
Yeah. This is the
And
how you raise kids.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
course. And then in Brazil, interestingly, when I was a child, the parents were very strict. But then everybody my age got very traumatized because the parents were very strict. So they offered all the comfort and the zero rules for the kids. So it's the opposite now. When mothers obey the kids decide what model and color of car the family is gonna buy. So this is the whole mess Brazil is going through now. And I hope to see the day when things will be to back to some kind of a balance because there now schools are messy and noisy, and teachers have been suffering a lot because they cannot teach. They get a hoarse voice after 2 hours of classes because nobody pays attention. Everybody's noise. Everybody's playing games.
Yeah,
So.
but at least here the teachers are not responsible for the results, because in Russia teachers are also
Mhm.
responsible for the results of the students.
If
Not
someone
only
doesn't
they
learn, it's their fault.
and not only they are the same thing, that children don't listen. When I taught in a public school there only for 3 years.
Mhm.
In one school I taught for 2 years, and then in another school I taught for another year just before
Mhm.
leaving. I already was planning to leave. I already bought the ticket,
Mhm.
and I went to that school for the school to be near my house,
Mhm.
to be in the same school as my son where he was studying.
Mhm.
So it was just like the last year. And before that, 2 more years I spent in a public school. And I worked 46 hours a week.
Mhm.
I got like more or less, I earned relatively okay, but I worked
Mhm.
like, from 8
Yeah,
to
worked a
3
lot.
without any break.
Oh.
Yeah, 8 to 3. And it was terrible, actually.
Mhm.
Okay, first of all, I came and I was given to the classes that nobody wanted.
Okay, the
That's
last
one.
one,
Eh,
yeah,
and
it's
I
always
was
like that.
given, those like ninth year in Russia, it's like ninth year is the last, and then 11th year is the last. Like
Mm.
the two times, yeah, that they end. And this ninth year, the kids are all the people,
Teenagers?
the students, they were like so terrible. You cannot even
Oh.
imagine. They would order pizza to the school.
Oh.
Yes, they would walk around. They would turn upside down the tables. They would smoke in the classroom.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, it was just so. And then what they would do, they would turn all their negativity to me personally. They would like show me their hatred as if I am their personal enemy.
My
And it was
God.
just so weird. You cannot imagine. There was one girl who really
Amazing.
hated me for what? For no
For
reason. Like
nothing, for no good reason.
I had nothing to do with her, and she would do all kinds of things to just show me how much she hates me. She
And
once
was she showing off for the others? Like,
I don't know,
I
but
can
she
do
was
that?
really,
Oh my
she took one time she took a like a one board that was broken away, and she put and in the front of the like the door at the front,
God.
so that when I
Oh.
enter, so I can see. And I don't remember what she drew there.
Mm.
Either she like I hate you, or she drew penises, or what, I don't remember.
Oh
But it was
my
just
God.
like, this like show me. And
And how many students were there in one
um,
classroom?
actually maybe around 20,
Around the
25.
20.
Not all
Mhm.
of them were always there, because
Mhm.
also, well, it depends. Sometimes it was 30, sometimes 20, because it depends whether they divided them into groups or not. Sometimes they did.
Mhm.
And so
And then you would teach English.
yeah, and the teacher, their class teacher, she was an alcoholic. She would come to school
Mm.
drunk. She would come
Oh.
sometimes, and it would like there would be smell from her mouth. But to have
Mhm.
them, a normal person would not be able to
Yeah.
handle.
And
It
I
was
believe this teacher needed something to numb herself to go there.
Yeah,
Yeah?
because they were like horrible.
My
They were
God.
horrible. Like there was one boy there. They were bullying openly in front of everybody all the time. It
Mhm.
was just like like entering a place of criminals. Like
Yeah.
really.
Wow. And was there
And
anyone good enough that you remember? Anyone
I mean, yes,
interested?
there are always intelligent people, and
Mhm.
sometimes they're quiet. They don't
Yeah,
want to
imagine.
show,
How do you
but
learn in a classroom like that?
okay, they were not noisy, but they were
Mhm.
just, they were doing whatever the hell they wanted. And
My
and then
God.
you are responsible. Okay, thank God it was English and they didn't have an
Okay.
exam. They didn't have an
There
exam
was no exams for English,
at the end.
really?
No, okay. When you finish the ninth year, you
Mhm.
get state exams, and
Mm.
obligatory exams are Russian, math, and
Mm.
then you choose one or two. I don't remember how many more.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
nobody took English naturally.
Mm.
And
And then
now,
mm.
no, no, sorry.
And I would ask, when you were a student, let's say from junior high or high school, were the classmates like more quiet or more polite? How did they behave?
Well, in the Soviet school, you wouldn't be so openly noisy.
Okay, yeah,
It was
okay,
more authoritarian, more controlled.
okay. If people liked or not, they had to behave.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you couldn't be very creative or anything much,
Uh-huh.
although you could study. It's not like people would be. It was quite respected if you are intelligent
Mm-hmm.
and that you are able to study well and all this
Mm-hmm.
those things, and entering university and stuff was normal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't have I didn't have that much like problems at school.
Mm-hmm.
I had more of like I kept forgetting things in the classrooms and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
just basic.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Did your
absent.
mother get angry, Anna, if you forgot something at school?
Well, I mean, I could just leave the class without the bag.
This was how forgetful you were.
I just got up and left, you know.
Oh, I feel so
Uh,
light, so good.
I could forget. I would forget my sweaters. I
Yeah, sure.
when I
Kids
went
do that.
swimming.
Teenagers do that.
Yeah, I was swimming. I went to the swimming like
Mm-hmm.
uh, what was it like a team, I would say.
Yeah.
I spent there like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost so many glasses, so many swimming
Oh my
suits, and
God.
so many
Oh, caps.
caps.
Oh my God. Anna, how
Countless.
forgetful is Mark nowadays? Did he take after you?
No, he's not. I mean, he doesn't have much chance. He doesn't
Hmm.
have that many things, and he doesn't do that many things on his own. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like he has a lot of space for forgetfulness. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that if he's
Mm-hmm.
forgetful or not.
Mm-hmm.
He, he
Yeah,
lives
very funny.
relatively like at home. Yeah, he goes by with the van. He goes to school, and then he comes back with the van, and then he stays home.
Okay.
Where would he forget
Yeah,
anything?
forget or lose his sweaters. Yeah, not a
And
big
he doesn't
chances.
wear any sweaters anyway.
Ah, yes, and I imagine it's never cold enough for him.
His
Oh
life
my
is
God.
relatively
In
simple.
our winter, he's gonna wear short sleeve uniform.
No, he's wearing a winter uniform all the time. It's not
Oh,
like
so he
he
became.
changes.
Do you know this word when people are born in Botucatu? People call botucudo. So
Ah,
Mark
really?
Mark is botucudo now because
I
he's
heard
wearing a long
Botucatuense
sweater.
only. I didn't have, I have
Botucatuense is the
original or the
official
formal.
word,
Mhm.
but if you are botucudo, you were born in Botucatu, and yeah.
Yeah.
And Anna, did you make very good friends in school? Do you have good friends from school, or your friends are more personal friends from other walks of life?
Well, the thing is that I left Russia in 1992, 91, and
Mm-hmm.
I left everything for like 15 years. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have contact with anybody. I just dropped everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back, I contacted some of the people with,
Mm-hmm.
but more from the university. I don't have any
Mm-hmm.
contact from school, but even from the university, when all this political stuff started, I was always anti-war, and
Okay.
the people I knew, they were supporting Putin, and for me it was
Mm-hmm.
unacceptable. So
Okay.
basically, at the moment, my Korean friend, she's Russian, yeah, the one in
Mm-hmm.
Korea, we talk
Yeah.
almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically the one friend I have,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very hard to stay there and not get brainwashed. It's impossible almost.
Okay, I can imagine.
Plus, if you consider the whole history of Russia, with people being brainwashed for the last hundreds of years,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like in the genes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Anna, how would you compare then the professors you had during university years? Were they nicer, more open for adult conversation, or they just did their job? How do you compare with your teachers from high school, junior high?
Well, the I studied at the university two times.
Mm.
I finished my university until the fourth year when I left the first time away, when I went
Mm-hmm.
away from Russia. That period of life, I don't remember that much, because after that,
Mm-hmm.
it was very mixed up, many things mixed up in my head, and plus
Mm-hmm.
there were so many things afterwards.
New things,
uh,
yes, sure.
yeah. And but this time when I came back and I studied again, I don't know, I think that its education is very authoritarian. And
Mm-hmm.
for example, I have one book that I like very much. I have read it several times. I can
Mm-hmm.
analyze it quite a lot and stuff. And then there is view of it officially, yeah, by the
Mm-hmm.
literature scientists and stuff. So I wasn't really allowed to express my ideas about it. I was
Mm.
supposed to repeat the ideas of other scientists about
Okay.
literature. So
What
for
they
me,
have chosen to study. Okay.
I still think that all of the education in Russia is still very authoritarian.
Mm-hmm.
I think that authoritarianism is very much part of the culture. And I don't
Yes.
know if it will ever change, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. And I hear when I attended the university, do you know this city named Assis?
Mm-mm.
And it's the same university we have here, Unesp, but in Assis for languages. Yes. And my professors were usually amazing, super cool and intelligent. I don't even think I was at their level at all. But anyway, they were extremely polite and open, and it would never be teacher centered anyway. It was totally open for discussions, and we would prepare and analyze and have our own view of certain subjects before, and then they would add up brilliantly, of course. But and of course the students were very polite, and because I attended university in the 90s, nowadays my students now who are professors, they complain about the behavior of students, but mostly because they are lazy or something, and also and if they are absent, so then it's the teacher problem to adjust and accommodate another test for them, because you know what, they were absent. So I think there is no much accountability nowadays, and it's very problematic for the professors. But when I attended, the students were, my God, very well oiled and buttered, because everybody was super polite to the professors. But the professors were extremely decent with us, and I think they did a wonderful job. And all my classmates from university, they have good jobs nowadays. So I think we were very lucky with the time we attended the university. And of course, all kinds of freedom, because in the 90s, but also we also never went crazy just because we had much freedom.
Mm.
So I think this is one particular thing about Brazil, that sometimes I see the British tourists, even in Rio de Janeiro, and they say, "Oh my God, it's the happy hour, everybody in the bar having their beer, everybody polite to the waiters, no fight, no police." Because in London, people would be peeing on the corners and vomiting and fighting.
Mm.
So, and I don't know, maybe we are used to the level of freedom we have, so there is no need to go crazy, right?
Mm. Yeah,
Maybe
could be.
some people do it, but it's not the rule at all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I think my universe was super smooth in this aspect. But of course, Anna, we had so little money when we attended the university, and we would have to share a house with other girls, for example. So sometimes I lived in a sorority, and I had friends from fraternities. But in the last year, for example, we lived in a mixed student dig, one guy and a few ladies. This was the hard part. We had very little money. We had to go to the supermarket on foot in a very, very warm city, in a really like 7 in the morning. The
Sorry,
temperature,
Carmi.
yeah,
When you guys explain your
yeah.
problems, I feel, my God, you really don't
You wanted
understand
to
what
slap
problems
my face,
are.
Anna.
Because I didn't have anything to eat at times. It's not like I had to walk to my supermarket. I had no
See,
food.
see, Anna.
It's like I had very few clothes. I didn't have any money at all, and I couldn't
Hmm.
even eat. I ate
Can
once a
you
day, you know.
can you
So
imagine that?
sometimes in Brazil, the whole time here,
Hmm.
now less. But at the begin from the beginning, when I went to this meditation thing, and then people
Hmm.
would talk about their problems, I'm thinking, my God,
Yeah,
you people think this is problematic?
yeah. And, but
I
their problem is really white people problem, right?
yeah, it's like because you say you had to walk to the supermarket,
Yeah,
and
no,
and
but
for
the
you it's like
detail, yeah, the detail was we really had to walk to the supermarket carrying bags here and there. And the temperature in that fucking city was 39 degrees, 7 in the morning, Anna. In the
yeah.
afternoon, it was 42 degrees. Anna, do you know these sandals named Melissa? Looks like rubber or plastic, fashionable thing. I didn't have that, but I had one friend from university who did. And once we were coming from the university on the roads on foot, and her sandals started melting like chewing gum.
That's
This was
funny.
the level of heat in that city. And that was the only reason why I wanted it to die, because I had to go everywhere on foot. Of course, we would never, and even if you had a stone on your kidney, we never had money for taxes, of course. There was no Uber, nothing like that. So only bus and hitchhiking all the time. And can you believe that? We would hitchhike like crazy.
I can't take it. I can't take it because your problems, it's
Yeah.
like my dream life. You know, it's like
White people problem, Anna.
because I really I can't you know, it's like I have had like so much struggle all of my life,
Uh-huh.
and here when people complain,
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Really?
Sorry, I don't
Seriously?
want to minimize your problem, but it's just that if I
Yes.
just had to walk everywhere and I had enough money to eat, for me it would already be like, wow, yeah, I'm living a
Yeah.
wonderful life, you
Yeah.
know, because
And I would
that time.
say we had a wonderful life in the sense of having wonderful, very funny friends and classmates. We keep friends till nowadays. But really, we had that enough money, we would never starve, but we would not have money for extra ice cream for sure. I
Yeah,
had a classmate once.
it's tough, yeah.
She bought some lipstick, so she had to walk to the university that was on the roads in the campus because she had that money for the bus, but she decided to buy lipstick. So she was very beautiful, but walking like a dog. Yeah, so were the things we had to do. And there was a season in Brazil when we would call sacolão, like big bag. When there was sacolão system in the supermarket, and you could buy 1 kilo carrot or 1 kilo passion fruit, it was everything the same price. So when I attended university, it was like that. And of course, because this city and is much closer to Paraná state, fruits and vegetables over there were cheaper because of the heat. And because if they don't sell, it's gonna be super ripe. They're gonna lose everything. Yeah. So there we could buy oranges, even something that is expensive here for us, melon. There it was cheaper, you know. But of course, we could cook every day, simple, good things, healthy things. And I never ate junk food during university, of course, because we never had money to buy ice cream or snacks, nothing like that. Imagine how lucky we were because we had no money to buy stupid things. We used it to eat very healthily. Isn't it a
Hmm.
blessing? It saved us because I had some friends who could afford more. They would buy things at the diner in the university. But all the foods were there were fried. Imagine you eat fried food at 10 in the morning. Doesn't make any sense. But a few of them would do that. So they would lead even a more unhealthy life because they could afford. Isn't that just ridiculous?
I think we should stop because you can relax a little bit before the class. It's only 15
Oh,
minutes
so
until three
fast.
o'clock.
Yeah, my class is 3:15, but
Yeah,
okay.
but still, it's not so
Yeah.
much.
So, Anna, very good. I love this idea, and I loved it to hearing from your side.
Me too. It was very nice.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you very much. It was very interesting for me.
Thank you, Anna. So I will expect for your cuts, your
Yeah.
artistic cuts
Well,
in
I am
our
not gonna
videos.
get the cut. I'm not gonna get the cuts. I'm just gonna
Okay,
get the video because the cuts were limited to those 2 or 3 times that we did. Now they are
okay.
finished. I think 2 times only they cut.
Okay,
Now
okay.
I will just give you the link to the drive,
Good,
and you can
great.
download it from there.
Okay, I will.
Bye bye.
Bye, Anna. Thank you.
Bye, Carmen. Okay, finished. Okay, not finished. Sorry.
Okay.